Welcome back to Yoshi Entertainment, everybody. So I contemplated not even doing a video over this, but it just got so out of hand that I felt the need to address it. So lately, everybody knows that Halle Bailey has been dating DDG, which I don't even know what the dude does for a living. From the last time I checked, he apparently was a rapper or a YouTuber, something of that nature. Now, the alleged word on the streets is that he likes clout, that he does ridiculous things to get attention, that's how he, stays relevant or whatever. But long before this little debacle, if you will, happened all over the internet, people had been saying that Halle needed to not be with him because he was not good for her life, that he was not a good influence, and that he was just involved in too much to be with somebody whose career, I don't want to say is at the height of her career, so to speak, but she's doing very well for herself. The last thing she needs is somebody who's going to mess that up. The last thing anybody needs in their career and their life is to be in a relationship that goes for both men and women that is going to ruin their life or cause them heartbreak in the middle of their trajectory of their career. And that's exactly what it seems like he's trying to do. Whether that's intentional or unintentional, I'm going to put an alleged on that. But that's what it seems like he's trying to do. When the pastors or whatever say, oh, sometimes, the devil sends people in your life to, derail you. He definitely seems like one of those people. Yes, I did just compare him to a demonic device sent to disrupt somebody's life. Yes, I did. I said what I said. Now, all of this allegedly started whenever he made this post on Twitter. Now, nobody really knew what this post meant, but a lot of people took it and ran with it with the wrong idea. And a lot of people assume that Halle cheated on him. Like I said, didn't add any context to this tweet, so it could have been about anybody concerning anything, but people just decided to believe that she cheated on him, and that's why he made this post, especially, I'm assuming, his followers. And he didn't even think enough of Halle. I'm assuming that's his girlfriend, because I don't be knowing the relationship status of these people. They just be sleeping with some of these people. I don't know. I'm assuming that's his girlfriend. He didn't even think enough of her to clarify, oh, wait, I'm not talking about, all these girls ain't this, that, and the other, except for my girl. That's still not the truth. But he could have at least said that. But he didn't even think enough of her to clarify so that people would not take shots at her thinking that he was talking about her. Because that's what people do on the internet. They make baseless assumptions and then they just start dragging people. And there were people under his comments that were confronting him about that. And he even made these other Twitter posts, I guess trying to cover his behind and be like, oh, no, it was just a joke, or I didn't mean it like that, etc. But there were still people confronting him about saying, no, that wasn't a joke. You meant something by that. And you didn't even take the time to make sure that she wasn't put in the line of fire by your irresponsible tweets. He also apparently allegedly unfollowed her. They got people on the internet that are internet detectives, social media detectives. They find out about this stuff. They be looking at this stuff, watching this stuff, because they ain't got nothing else better to do. But they found out that he unfollowed her on one of the social media platforms. And now everybody knows, and all the women who were supporting her, they were saying, what did you expect everybody to think? Of course they were going to think you were talking about her, what we all thought you meant, and that y'all were breaking up. So it was stupid for him to do that. And like I said, put her in the line of fire and not clarify what he meant by that and have people out here thinking what we all know people were going to think. He out here on the Twitter streets putting her whole reputation and brand on the line over some stupid foolishness and some stupid decisions. On top of all of that, it just came out that one of his exes, Ruby Rose, the rapper, I guess she's a rapper, came out and made some tweets. I don't know what is wrong with people putting their business all out on Twitter, starting all kinds of mess with people on Twitter. But Twitter has gotten so many people in trouble. If they would just stay off the internet. But at the same time, this is good because people need to expose themselves so we can see who they really are in the light of day. But anyways, she got all over Twitter and posted a post basically insinuating that when they were together, DDG kept one of her shirts and gave it to Halle and was wearing it in one of the pictures that they took together. And then she proceeds to let the whole world know and point this out in the most disrespectful way she possibly could have done. I would have used the original Twitter post, but I tried to refrain from using, any kind of material that has curse words in it. And if I can, I try to blot it out, I guess. But this article that I'm using in the video did quote it and, modified what she said. But in so many words, she basically said, you have your B word wearing my shirt. And that, of course, upset a lot of people because first of all, you're calling another woman the B word. And I'm not going to say black because I don't even know if Ruby Rose is black. So, like I said, we need to stop assuming that other women who are not black have our best interest and are going to respect us, because 9 times out of 10, they don't. Even if they're nice, they still don't respect us because we're black, and they low-key, deep down inside, think that they're better. So I'm not going to play the whole, oh, why, how could you disrespect another black woman? But from woman to woman, like, no woman should do that to another woman. Like, you're not even in a relationship with this dude. You're his ex. Why would you say something like that? That was just disrespectful. Let's just point out how disrespectful that was to begin with. But then it had the audacity to try to come up and say, oh, no, I like Halle. She's cool. But her fans were not having it. I'll put it that way. And not just her fans, but people in general saw how just disrespectful and low-key snakish, so to speak, her actions really were. And that this seems like a young woman who likes to be involved with toxicity. Let's just put it that way. And then to even make it worse on top of that, they proceeded to then what looked like throw each other under the bus. He was trying to throw her under the bus. Then she leaked a whole conversation. I think it was either text message or a DM on one of the social media platforms that they had going on between the two of them that was very shady indeed. And it's just a face palm moment, if you ask me. Just a bunch of mess. But like I said before, the internet has been dragging the both of them, and rightly so. Him for just being ridiculous and texting his ex. Why are you texting your ex? Like, you have nothing to say to her. And her for, like I said, being shady and immature. A lot of people think they've been doing this, the both of them, for clout because they have projects coming up. And even if that's the case, that's just disgusting. Like, it shows a lot about a person's integrity or lack thereof, what they will do for attention and money. I don't care how much clout he needed. I don't care how much attention he needed or that other young woman needed on her to do something like that and to drag your partner, so to speak, through the mud because you want attention on you. You want to be trendy. That's just disgusting and an awful thing to do. And even if he didn't do it for clout, it's still disgusting. Because his girlfriend, Halle Bailey, doesn't deserve that. She doesn't deserve to have to go through this. And like I said, a lot of people they've been saying that she needed to not be with him because he was, like I said, not good for her life, that he was just going to give her more stress, and problems. There were even people long before this happened, they were saying she don't need to be with him. But people were saying, oh, y'all are just, being jealous. Oh, you're just being mean. And now look what happened. Sometimes people just need to be quiet and listen. I'll put it that way. Some people do actually know what they're talking about when they say this kind of stuff. Now, she did come on after, taking some time, because I know that, like, who would want to have to address that and deal with that? But she did finally come onto social media and say that, to not believe everything that you see on the internet, of course, that I don't think that they're breaking up, much to her fans' dismay, and that not to listen to a third party, and we all know who that is, what that means. But a lot of people are upset with her because they want her to break up with him, and like I said, rightfully so. Like, whenever I see these situations and there is a good or decent person, at least from what I can see involved, I always think of, okay, what if that was like my mother or my sister or my cousin, my best friend? What would I want for her? And to be honest, I would want for her to break up with him too. If that's the kind of stuff he's going to do to her while they're in a relationship, she does not need that kind of stress in her life. She just doesn't. No woman needs that kind of stress in their life. And I feel like she is with him because she just likes him so much. And there have been people who have said this before, and I'm going to be another person to say this. A lot of black women, they do stick by these black men, even when they are publicly humiliated and done dirty. But don't let your loyalty, to the community and to black men, your determination to die on the hill of being with black men, make you look like a fool, because that's exactly what's going to happen. Whenever they show you who they are, believe them. Yeah, the split is going to hurt, don't get me wrong, but I would rather you do that than, stay in a relationship that clearly you don't need to be in. Okay, both of them are bad, but one is clearly worse. And the one being worse is you staying in a relationship that you don't need to be in. Now, don't get me wrong and don't get me twisted. I never said that all black men act like that or that all black men, don't treat their girlfriends or their wives right. I'm just saying don't be so loyal that you can't open your eyes when people are not treating you properly. And I'm also not saying that she's so superior, like some of her fans were saying. Y'all, like I said, they were really dragging that other girl. I'm not saying she's so superior that she's too good for him, so to speak. I'm saying that she's got too much going for her to be with somebody that is either dragging her down or adding stress to her life and making things harder for her. I've always been pretty adamant on this channel about being with who you want to be with as long as the person treats you right. But anyways, y'all let me know what y'all think and how y'all feel respectfully down in the comments below. This is some hot mess, but y'all don't forget to like and subscribe, and y'all be safe, okay? And be blessed.